has made whatever bait that they did have at the time get sold out. So, mhm. Yeah, like I said, that with the way the winds have been, when it's real windy conditions like that, it's harder for the shrimp to get out to go shrimping. So they don't normally go out. But what I can do is recommend you to check out our YouTube channel. It's called Team Hard Life. We teach a bunch of knowledge and tactics on fishing, so that way, if you don't find live bait, there's still a bunch of ways to go out there and catch fish. And because oh, awesome. Yeah, check it out and feel free to ask your questions there because we have guys all over the world that chime in and share their knowledge, and we don't allow any trolling. So if you ask questions, you get legit knowledge on it. Yep, you have a good one. Bye bye. Okay, so let's see your reel, one. Only took 20 minutes to get here. Let's see on my end. All right, guys. So we've got hollow core braid here, and you said you backlash without wetting the line,
Yep.
and you said you can't get it out.
No. I didn't want to. I didn't want to pull on it.
But you couldn't get the knot out or get this off.
No, no, that probably just got stuck on there for a second. But as far as the line getting it untangled on there,
Mhm.
there's a big loop in there, and I was like
Oh, okay. So it just got wrapped around the handle, kind of deal.
wrapped in there somehow and dug in or whatever the fuck. I didn't want to keep pulling and just dig it in there.
Yeah. There you go. Well, let's see what we can do. I do have. I got some picks in here, but I like to use not the metal picks for braiding lines. It catches in between the weeds a lot easier. But I do have a dull metal pick. What It's annoying when you start getting the line going and the loops and everything start catching everything else
Yeah,
around.
I tried for a second, and we were out there at pins,
Uh,
and I was like, all right, I got one out. I'm like, all right, it's coming.
yeah.
I'm like, there we go again. And usually I try to make it a habit, get that water bottle and start wetting it down. But I shouldn't have casted it into the wind like I did. That was a problem.
You say you shouldn't have casted it into the wind?
Yeah, it was windy out there.
Why not? Like, I mean,
It was
that's
just,
that's probably okay for us in our area. That's the way we fish. We fish into the wind. You know
yeah,
what I mean? We don't have really a choice of.
it was just really windy out there. Don't tell me you already freaking done.
Okay, looks like it's under wrapped. Get that undone. But it is under wrapped on one of them, and I got to find the source of it. So you see me going back each direction, kind of deal. Because what I'm doing is I'm moving that line over. There it is, and it'll show me. What it did was it pulled out where that spot was. So now,
Oh, okay.
you know,
I see it. The one that goes across it.
yeah. So now that should be the one that was. But when you travel like that, round and round the spool, the tagline, the one that, yeah, it gets wrapped up. So you gotta get it out. But I do have to say, I don't see a whole bunch of white on here, like a burn off.
Yeah.
So you may have had a clean break, which.
Because when I casted it, I freaking try to launch that bastard.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just.
Watch the cussing.
Yeah, that's it. Trust me, I'm trying to watch it. That's trying, Robert. So I launched it, and it was like, wait a minute. It just totally felt different.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, man. And I was like, it broke off, and I was like, oh, well.
We'll definitely get it squared away. All right, let's see what's on the channel right now. I know I started it, and they've been commenting away. I just hadn't checked out real quick.
Yeah, I'm not getting those notifications anymore.
Is that when I go live? Yeah. See, that's the thing I've been trying to figure out what's up with YouTube, why it's doing that. And I noticed too, now that I changed kind of the people on blogs instead of sports, like I'm not getting the amount of views that I would normally get. And I think it's because the analytics are now changing up, but we'll see. I'll try and get it. So since comments come up here, I can. There we go. So we got. Okay, so I'm seeing. Let me do live chat real quick. Hold on. All right, I see a bunch of letters and numbers. Part of a fishing rod. Yes, this is the reel of a fishing rod that our customer is using. He backlashed and the braid locked in. Now he's using hollow core braid, so this is like it's locked in there. But this is why I prefer hollow core braid over solid braid, because I will get this out. It takes a little patience of working it back and forth. And sometimes, I mean, I do have to admit, normally I would have already had this done. But
you're telling me I did a good job.
you really did a good job. Yep. So
at least I'm good at something.
Right. I mean, if you're gonna break it right, right? So let's see. And I keep pulling the spots, like I feel where it would be locked up at, it comes undone and then it goes further, But I know it's a problem with this big old loop that's there too. So that's why I got to get out from underneath that under wrap, and I should be good to go at that point. There it is. I think I found it. And sometimes when you break off, an under wrap is created. So as long as that under wrap's there, it's just going to keep moving the line over and over and over, and then you're stuck. So once you get that under wrap done,
you are the man.
you are done. So there you go. Nice and clean. So, do you want me to go ahead and still take it down a little bit and check it, or is that all you needed right there?
You tell me what you think's best. Is it?
I would say let me take it down some, because see how you have it balled up right here?
Yeah.
That's going to cause your next backlash. So
Okay.
what I would do is take it down to where it's nice and clean again, re-spool it up, and that way, just in case you have an inner burn braid or whatever, we can pull that out, or splice it and fix it and stuff like that. So yeah. What's up, Zach? How you doing, boss? And wow, really? Do we have the first time my phone didn't let me know you were live? Wow. Well, you're still here, boss. So I guess that's good. Um, let's go ahead and get this over to the spooling machine real quick so I can download it some, just to ensure that everything's good to go. But yeah, that's what it was. You caught an under wrap, and trying to get most of the leaders off the counter here and stuff like that, but phone's been going crazy, like crazy. Right at about 9 this morning, it just started ringing, hasn't stopped. So this is probably the longest it's been quiet.
And then I come in.
Yeah. All right. No worries, boss. This is what we're here for. So, oh, I forgot my other phone. Can you grab my green phone that's there on the counter on the left? Thank you, sir. All right, guys. So, on this reel, I'm going to go ahead and take it down. You see how it's kind of balled up right here? When you're messing with or using, I wouldn't say messing with, when you're using the hollow core braids, you want to keep it as flush as possible across the spool. The reason for that is because it ensures that when you go to cast out, you won't get backlashes. Now, it'll still happen. It ain't a perfected style, but it's a lot better, and it'll increase your chances for more successes of casting without backlashing. So all I'm going to do is just down spool it a little bit and go from there. Dang, there's only 7 of y'all on the channel? Wow. Oh, jumped up to 16. All right, now we're talking. All right, so what I'm going to do, find the end again. And here's the prime example. So, like right now, I don't know if it's under wrapped or not. So what I do is I pull the line, put it into free spool, and I pull a good, 5 or 6 yards off of there to make sure that there's no under wrap. And normally it's within the first couple of twists, you'll feel it, but overkill is better than underkill, So, yeah, I'd rather be prepared than not. All right. So, are you going to want a little bit more braided line added to it?
How much do you think came off?
50 yards, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, see how you kind of have it all piled up over here? Do you remember how much it was on this top shot?
I want to say 100. It was above 100.
It was above 100.
Or above.
Yeah. So, which is good because now we're back to that spot. And this is also where the hollow core braid comes into play, because now you maintain your line capacity, and you always remember, hey, I still got my exact amount of yardage for my top shot. So if you're, whatever we find out it is right now, you'll remember that and be like, okay, I got 80 yards as a top shot, or 100 yards, or 125.
And it helps with casting a lot, because
you can see how far you're actually out. My other one, I know it's 125 pop shot. So every time I pass it, like, if I don't start seeing a different line, I'm like, I'm sort of disappointed.
But, you know, that's a great thing too, because now you know what to look for. Now it's not an estimate. Now it's actual, like, concrete, you know, hey, I know, you know, it's this far or I'm this far. And while casting, but also too, when you start catching, that fish was at 80 yards or that fish was at 100 yards, you know what I mean, kind of deal. And you can start pinpointing them like that. And that's how I got real good with the double drop drum leaders. And that's why I shared that with people, because one thing what I was doing was also taking pictures of every time I caught a fish. So I could actually set up a timeline of when they were actually biting.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of little techniques that you can do to make it happen. But now I'm gonna, oh, I saw, why isn't it locking over? Forgot it's a lever drag. Or star drag, should I say, not lever drag, star drag.
See how far we are.
Yeah. Zero out. What's up, Hustle? How you doing? So I didn't splice, all I did was just tie it to it. That way we can get an estimate of how much line you actually lost. Because I do splice it, then I would have to find the splice. Oh, there it is. Excuse me. 112. So yeah, you probably had a 150-yard top shot. There you go. And I'm assuming you have 100-pound test as your top shot, not 80, right?
Yeah.
Only because I have 80 on there and I could feel the difference
Yeah.
in the thickness of the line. So. Tell me I'm out of 100 in blue. I'm out of 100 in blue.
You got it, 100?
Yeah.
What price you got?
In 100?
Yeah.
I've got orange.
What do I have underneath? Green, right?
Green, yes. Got chartreuse. I got this orange here. Got this orange right here. Got this chartreuse right here.
And I have that green underneath, right?
Yes.
Let's do.
Got this green right here too. Got white.
No. Let's do it green.
Green.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just double check. Go through it and then find it. You know. So you said chartreuse?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want the mixed color chartreuse or the solid color chartreuse?
Let's look at that. Let's do the solid.
Solid? Okay. All right. And what he means by that, guys, is not solid braid. This one's got a two-tone to it, and this is a solid one color. That's what he means. So just make sure that everybody's like, wait, I thought we were doing, holocore.
You need your phone number?
Yes, please. Oh. Call from who?
Call from Taylor.
Hard life. Hello? Hello? All right. What's up, John? How you doing, boss? See, how's Monkey doing? Oh, man. So, here we go. Take this off. That was that pick I was looking for. See how it's got a dull tip on? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Most definitely some pretty colors. And you know, it's crazy too. I was thinking this morning, like, how can I truly show, or again, show another way of how the braid works and, you know, stuff like that. I was thinking of a video and you came walking in with this. Yes, sir. Awesome. Well, I do appreciate you being patient with me, trying to find my little holder. I couldn't find my holder, and I'm assuming it was right here.
It was
Over here.
right there.
Oh, okay, okay. And you know what? Now that I think about it, it was because I came in. I did a second spooling session at the end of the night, right before I cut out the video. I came back and I spooled up the other HXs for whiskey. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. So. Isn't it, when's the last day of school, John? I know a lot of schools got out last week and schools are getting out this week. I mean, do y'all kind of follow the same program, or do you do year-round school with your son? What's up, Roger? How you doing, boss? How's work treating you? They start late but end late. Yeah, just making up those days. Okay. Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. So 112. I don't feel bad. I got to work Saturday too. But next weekend is the Habanero Classic for the distance casting in Kingsville. So we're going to see how that's going to work out. $200 yards total with your blue. So we subtract the 112, and that's 88 yards. Yep. So there we go. Very nice. I said it was about 50 yards. So I was really close. You know, that's pretty good. Really good guess. So there we go.
What's an easy way to take out those loops on your line?
What do you mean take out the loops?
When you're putting that loop on there?
Uh-huh.
What's the easiest way to take it off without messing up? So you have the loop right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
To tie onto the line, to
Yeah.
the leader.
Oh, so you're saying from untying the leader?
Yes.
Okay, so how are you tying it to the leader first?
So I try to do just the regular loop on it, but man, taking that loop off is just...
Yeah, no. Actually tie a knot. I don't know if you saw the follow-up video where I was teaching people how to do the cat's paw on there. But that only works if you intend on leaving it there permanently. If you don't, and you're going to be taking off the leader, then I don't recommend still doing that, because what ends up happening, you, okay, let me do a video on this. Let me finish this, and I'll show you what I mean on that. And I'll do it with the big rope so that way y'all can see what's actually going on. Because I don't have my microscope right now. There you go. All right, guys. So, give me a second. Let me get this back in the folder. And man, the phone's hot. The only bad thing is that the device I have, actually, I could use it with the DeWalt because it's got a USB cord that you attach it to. It's not battery operated. So, because of that, it doesn't work. Like, it ain't portable.
Yeah.
Now, if I have the DeWalt charger with the little adapter and then plug it to the cord, then I can attach it to this, and then it's portable. But
Yeah.
for right now, it's not. All right, so okay, this is the best way to kind of show y'all guys. I'm gonna use a big rope, and I know I've got something big loose. I got my gas. All right, guys. So let's lower this down. That way you can still see it too. All right. So what I'm doing here, guys. Let's turn this. Okay. So basically, this is your swivel, right?
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're looping, you're inserting this, and you're bringing that loop around your leader
Yes.
and pulling it through. So it ends up looking like this after you're said and done, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So what ends up happening when you start doing it like that, and you pick right here, you keep picking at that one area.
Releasing those fibers.
Yeah. And it's always in that one spot, because every time, once you take it off and you redo it, let's see. You know what? I got enough rope here that I can kind of do this permanently. It just sucks that I don't have, I'm going to have to make the loop big to come around. And, well, I mean, you get it. You keep pulling right here, and
Yeah.
you end up wearing that out. And this is huge in comparison to the thin rope of the braided line.
Yes.
So what I'm teaching people now is, instead of doing that, once I do that loop and I put it in there, I back braid it in on itself. So you send it through, and then you bring the tag line around the main line 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Once you get that, then you take that tag line, that tag loop into there, and you bring it up that way, and you cinch it down. Now, that ain't going anywhere.
Yes.
That's the loop right there. Now, here's the beautiful part of it. Every time you tie this knot, this tag end ain't going to be the same length. Like, sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes a little less. So when you go to start moving it and getting this off of here, you're changing where that weakness is, kind of deal. So it takes a longer time for it to break down, and then you untie it, get your braid off, and you're good to go. So, and that works phenomenal. I use that, guys, on, hold on real quick. I use that on all my gear, all my rods, all my reels. There's the knot. Let me show. Right there. See? So that loop ends up being like that. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, even shorter here. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way I do it with all of my gear. Those were those. I don't have none on my big gear because those leaders are 30 feet. There's no way to properly store them there. But yeah, so everything else, all the leaders are off right now because changing from one style of fishing to another and stuff like that. So that is a great way to tie on your braid and not have to worry about it wearing off at that one point. I kind of saw it like it was a great idea, but it's only great if it stays permanent.
Gotcha.
All right. Again, 44.90 bucks. Sign this one. Would you like a receipt or you good? Well, I appreciate you bringing that in, man. That's a good. I was thinking like, how can you know?
Hey, on those line cutters,
Mm-hmm.
were you using those Constellation prizes or no?
I'm still waiting on it. That's what I was showing the picture of. Like he's already got one designed up. I don't know if he already has the rest, but right now, and
You're
actually,
doing the ones with your logo on it.
yes, I'm doing with our logo. Let's see. I know I've got a picture in here somewhere. What's that? Oh. Find. Where's it? Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah. So the winnings for the 25K giveaway is what you're talking about. Okay, those as soon as he's got them all, and he right now they're setting up a new tackle shop somewhere. So right now they've been running into some speed bumps there because of the thing you're running into the certain permits or whatever. Like they're having trouble getting that, so that delayed him from getting back down here because he wants to present them in person. And I was like, dude, I can totally understand that because we got something for him too. So. So I'm looking forward to it. But yes, we're getting 25 of those that for all the winners on the.
Well, three.
25K.
You just needed three to just give all 25 between the three winners.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we'll see well, it's theirs and they can delegate how they want it done. Like I know William was donating a lot of his winnings to the Blue Ranchers and stuff like that too. So and I know Bluegrass has done some other things with them too. He gave us stickers and stuff like that to give to some kids organizations and stuff. So
Sweet.
yeah, no, they really do, man. We got a tremendous channel, man. It's awesome. Yes, sir. Thank you, Bob. Yep, you have a good one, Bob. All right, so we've got Burton. What's up, man? Camilo. Brandon. I leave a big loop. And... Yeah. That's kind of the only drawback, but I mean, I don't leave a big loop like that. I leave a small one, and I've never lost it because of that reason. So yeah. Sorry for the less than stellar live stream last time. So I missed the live stream there, hurting. But keeping it real like that, bro, is the best way to go, hands down. It really is. I mean, not everything goes as planned, and it's fishing. Now, granted, we are very good fishermen, and we love to pride ourselves on doing that, but I'm also going to show the, when it's not going good, you know what I mean? And it's real important for people to see that, because they'll automatically assume, well, they always catch. No, I'm sorry, bro. They're, now if you only go fishing on the days that are the best for fishing, then yes, you can go out there and catch every day. However, for those of y'all that are like us, we can only go when we can go. We can't really plan it to go on the days that it's the best for catching fish and stuff like that. Would be nice, but it's not that way for us. And so for me, I can't do videos like that. I can't always just post up that I caught. Well, don't get me wrong. When I'm catching, I'm sharing it. But I will also show you the days where we're sitting there and just having good times on the pier. So. What's your thoughts on Michael Jackson? No thoughts on that other than, these child molesters and stuff like that, need to hurry up and be dealt with quickly, because there's a lot of them in government right now, and it is, they have a lot of money and power, and they are covering themselves up, but slowly but surely they're coming down, and it sucks that it's slowly, but surely they will fall. So I hope it's sooner rather than later. That's all I can say on that. So. Justin spooled my reel for my nephew. He had spooled down in the Hernandez area, and when we got to hit the bottom of the spool, the line came right off. It was held with tape. Ouch! That sucks, man. Yeah, that's not good. I know. Okay, so I've heard the reason why some tackle shops do that is because they want you to lose the line rather than the fishing rod if it's getting spooled down like that. Me personally, I warn everybody that, doesn't know or doesn't understand why I tie a knot there, that it's real secure on that, is that it still gives that person a fighting chance to land that fish, um, even towards the knot right there and stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Got to check some. All right. Yeah, lightning will definitely light you up. Chat service. From chat service. Hard life. Yeah, I was returning one of the systems. No, we have another system that had cheaper charges on it, and also too, it has the upgraded systems to where when they do a chargeback, we don't get screwed out of it. Because the last time I did that, it ended up costing us over $7,500 in losses. Yes, we're with another Clover. Yes. But I know we got a phone call from them because they are doing an internal investigation and found out that we were being overcharged on our processing fees and stuff like that. Yeah, if you can give me that, just please. Go ahead. It should have already been done last a week or so ago after I made that call. That's what the worker said she was going to do. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Um, I no, I don't, to tell you the truth, but I'm live on my channel, and right now I'm talking to you instead. So you said fees divided by sales and then multiplied by 100. All right. Will do. I'll look into that, boss. Thank you. You too, boss. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. So yeah, we found out that one of the credit card processing companies, Clover, that we were using, um, obviously they did not protect us from overdraft charges. They didn't. Uh, and when the customer charged back that account and all of that, um, they they didn't care. They didn't look at the proof that we had or anything like that. They automatically took that money away, and the customers that walked out with the product uh, got all our product. And so because of that, it was a domino effect. When that money got pulled out of the account, I had checks going out, because the funds were supposed to be in there. When the funds were no longer in there, check after check kept bouncing and stuff like that because I had multiple checks out. And yeah, it was a huge domino effect, and it really. And like I said, after the dust finally settled, probably 3 or 4 months later, it was at a negative balance of $7,500. So it really, really took a toll on me. And you know, still would like to find out who they are, so that way, one, we get our gear back, and two, we can actually prosecute them for doing what they did, because it's crazy. They moved funds from one account to the other to make the sale go through because it got denied at first. She got on there, and I heard her providing all the bank account info, and we even got her driver's license and all of that and stuff. So, and it was a husband and wife combo. So, yeah, it really sucked. Mm. Sturgeons are like musky. They love to break your heart. That sounds about right. For all types of fishing, not just musky. And, uh, yeah, no, it will be as soon as we can find out who they are and get back with them on that. Because, yeah, that really sucked, man. And then, too, like, I lent out one of my personal Avids because they were supposed to be fishing in the area since we were getting a new one in. Well, they ended up getting my personal Avid, and since obviously the chargeback was done, I had ordered the reels and parts and all of that to replace everything we had sold. So that's where the additional cost of everything came out of pocket, and it really hurt us, man. So. And I've got a couple videos on the channel showing who they are. If you actually go back, they're videos of them walking out with the gear, you know, and stuff like that out of our shop, in our shop, and stuff like that. And actually, with that, John, with our system here, we've got an upgraded deal where you have to ask a bit more questions. That's kind of what y'all been hearing us, like they have to confirm a few more things instead of just uh, inputting the credit card number. You got to have a lot more information that they would have to provide in order for it to go through. So, see, and here's the thing, though. This is the real scam. You know, the credit card companies are the ones that tell their customers that they don't have to worry about the chargebacks. What they are not telling you is when a customer decides to do a chargeback like that, the credit card company comes after us and takes that money back, and then they give it back to the customer. And that screws us because, you know what? Not once have I ever signed paperwork saying that, hey, I'm responsible for chargebacks, you know, if it's done incorrectly or what have you. And that's because it's their computer system that gave it to me that had all these flaws in it. So I would love to talk to a lawyer and go after the credit card companies for this, because it is BS that they are promoting that, and you know they're screwing the businesses out of those chargeback monies, because they are getting their money no matter what. They get their money, but we don't. And it really freaking, and it actually happened to me 4 times. I had 4 different kind of chargebacks and stuff like that from different people, and now it's like, oh, it's scary. It really is. So. Yeah. Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing with personal checks too. I can't verify anything. I don't have the system in there to verify that the check is good or anything like that. So yeah. And see, and here's the thing too. You got to think about it like this: we're the customer as well. It's not just them. We're a customer. We're a paying customer because we pay for their services of the transactions and all of that. We pay for that. So it ain't just their customer. We're a customer too. Where's our protection? You know what I mean? So. You know, Brandon, yep, I can see your point on that, still considering that a skunk. Yeah, yeah. Well, even if you do the knots, Zach, this knot, I've designed it to where you can actually untie it at the end of the trip. And I mean, we've put a ton of load on it and stuff like that, and it works awesome. So, yeah, no, you're exactly right, John. Yep. They take care of those customers more than they take care of us, and it sucks. But again, too, they are overstepping their bounds by forcing us to be the person to have to cough up that money when it's their systems. You know what I mean? They have them set up like this, and they're the ones making the promise to the customer if they use that card or that they're not responsible for fraudulent charges. You know what I mean? They made the promise, not me. I'm here taking credit card over the phone. I cannot, sit there and verify. And what makes it worse is they were in person. That's what's crazier. Henry, you're very welcome, boss, and I do appreciate you coming in and, like I said, helping me find my my device because I would have been stuck here for a minute. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, at least have a chance to break it off is what you're talking about. So. Wow. Damn. Where was this at, John? You got your radio playing?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. There we go. Let's see. Do you think the knot will still work with a loop at the end? I'm not understanding the question. The loop of the tag end you're talking about? Hello? Hello? I cannot even hear them. They're talking very, very low, so let them keep talking to themselves. All right, Bob. You have a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Sir, you have a good one, Bob. All right, Camilo, I'm trying to figure out your question there when you said that if the knot will still work with the loop in it. Um, that's the tagline. The reason why I have it looped in there is because the line is doubled up, and I don't want to have it just single strands hanging there. So that's why the loop is there. Oh, okay. So you're talking about single stranding it? No, it will not work like that because the double strand is there. So basically, it's two lines that are going in there. And if you do anything less than 6 wraps around there combined, because technically there's 2 lines in that loop, you know what I mean? And it's both lines are coming around like that. So that's 4 wraps or 8 wraps that are happening. If you're doing a single strand and you only do 4 on there, you'll actually be able to pull that knot undone. So you can't do that one. Oh, Brown Santa just drops off a bunch of lures. Oh man. That's funny. Yeah. Can't be mad when you have Christmas in, in May. Let's see. Yeah. So right now I'm cleaning those were the 1 ounce surf weights. These are now the 2 ounce surf weights. And I need to do the 12 ounce next after this. But yeah, we only need a few more for the order, but I'm going to clean them all the way through so that way there's nothing left over here that they have to mess with. And what kind of lures did you get there, John? Now, if you do single without the loop, if you do a single braided line, to make the knot, make sure you wrap it at least 8 times, and that'll ensure that it creates enough grip to hold the knot in place. Pike and musky glide baits. All right, there you go. Yeah, now we got Jeff over there pouring weights right now because our other worker didn't come in today. We'll see what's up here in a bit. Jeff should be on his way back here shortly because we only needed a few more pounds, but I wanted to make sure to send a completed order, so he had to go over there and pour. We'll see. Yeah, we got 24 people. Well, I got 23 over here and 11 thumbs up. So, yeah, we definitely need more thumbs up, guys. It helps us. It really does. And feel free to ask your questions. That's why we designed the channel, so that way people can ask questions and gain knowledge about fishing or even other things. The other night we were talking about bearded oils and stuff like that. Uh, Guys in here also hunt. We got vehicle mechanics in here and stuff like that too. So it ain't always about fishing. Primarily is, but ain't always. Yep, probably so. I got thumbs up number 2 on my screen over here because I put the computer on so that way I can see it. Because sometimes too many comments come through, and yeah. So I am starting to get hungry. I'm thinking about what to do for lunch. Obviously, it might have to be something quick where I can go and get it and come back because otherwise the shop's going to be closed during that time period. So I don't know. Thinking between Burger King or Taco Bell. Kind of in the mood for a double fish fillet sandwich, but don't know just yet. What service reels? Well, that also depends on what kind of reels that you are trying to service. I know Penn had a good one. Abu Garcia had a good oil and stuff like that. I've actually seen where guys use um, vehicle mechanic oil and grease for their reels because it's made to absorb higher temperatures and stuff like that. So it works out in that sense. I personally do not clean my reels, so I cannot give you exact names of those type of components that are or the reel or oils to do. And I'll be honest, I don't clean my reels. I'm gonna grab one real quick. And Billy can attest to this because I pulled it up. He pulled it off the rod yesterday, and you can see how nasty it is. You can see all in there, all the gunk and everything. There's fish guts all over that, or yeah. So yeah, I don't clean my reels. Yeah, you can even see all the gunk inside in there, so you can tell. Yeah, I don't clean them. But again, I'm also using Avid reels, and they are tanks. They're really tanks. So yeah, no, that I did notice when it is on the TV that you can't um, like it on there and stuff like that. I don't know if you can comment on there or not, but yeah, I do appreciate y'all putting it on multiple areas like that. It does help for sure. So. Pensacola 50, what pound braid and mono top shot to use? Well, we need to know what style of fishing you plan on doing, because for land-based shark fishing, we actually stopped using mono for our reels because of all the stretch that would happen. And then two, you end up catching all the debris, especially with um, in our local area here. I also don't know where you're fishing at. We need to know all this information to be able to best guide you, because again, what may work here in Corpus may not work in Florida, um, and sometimes it will. So I need a little bit more info as to how you plan on fishing it, where you're fishing at, what you're trying to target, and stuff like that as well. So the guys that fish off a boat for shark, need monofilament top shots, so that way when the line is out, it doesn't create a lot of twist. Yeah, no, mine's all saltwater. Yes, no, Dusty, I have not looked at, I saw your text and you reminded me of everything on there, which I do appreciate on that, but since my worker didn't show up today, now I'm now doing his job. And I'm trying to get this out because I need to get it done so payroll can get out today as well. Um, this is our first uh, sell to a tackle shop all week, so which is crazy because we just had Memorial Weekend, so I have not. Uh, I can't believe it. Like I figured more shops would call us, but we also have Tackle Town. But with them, they mail out a check, so I'll get that one late next week. So. Uh, Very, very occasionally do I spray down my reels, and the only way I'll do that is if I've been on the beach and we got sandblasted by sand. Then I'll rinse, throw a light rinse off on them. I will not spray water over them. I kind of let the water run over it out of the hose. Uh, and occasionally I'll take a towel and kind of wipe them down. But other than that, I don't heavy spray them down. So that ends up forcing water into areas of the reel that you don't want them to be in. So make sure too, when you are rinsing off your reels, that the drag is engaged. You don't have it in free spool either. So that's a major one right there. I'm planning on land-based fishing. I am fishing Northeast Florida. I'm targeting blacktip, tiger, bull, and hammer. Okay, and the reel you have was a Squall 50 VSW. So I've actually had guys from Texas go out there and fish those areas, and they're using 80-pound braid all the way through the reel on their smaller 50s like that, because it gives them enough line capacity to be able to fight a big old fish. Now you got to remember too, we can step up the line to say 100-pound, 130, but when you start doing that, it starts eating away at your line capacity. So you're going to really have to try to stop these fish, but then you're limited to the amount of drag that the reel puts out. So going higher up in the weight class of braid will add more abrasion resistance to your line. So that way, when you are fighting a fish, it can put up with a lot more getting beat up with it. So I've actually had some guys too do like 1,000 yards of say 80 pound, and then they'll top it with 130-pound hollow core, and fish it like that, so they get the maximum amount of line capacity. Now, if you're doing that same thing, but you're fishing off a boat and aren't worried about line capacity because you can chase down the shark, then you can do the mono top shot and, you know, get like 80 to 100 yards of mono on there, but you're going to lose out on about 15 or about 500 yards of braided line in that same line capacity. So you got to make a choice. Do you want line capacity and strength, or do you want, you know, the bit more abrasion resistance? Because obviously mono is going to have a lot more than braided line, but also too, braided line doesn't sit on the floor. Well, hollow core braid doesn't, and that's only on the good braids. There's other hollow core braids out there that they're not buoyant at all, and they sink to the bottom after you deploy them, and or if you get cut off, and because of that, you get a lot more cutoffs with their braided lines. So. All right, so my drag setting, are you talking about what do I set my line at once I deploy it and I'm waiting for the shark, or after the shark hits and I start my battle? Hard line. Yes. I've got some spools, but uh, I don't normally sell it off the spool like that. Like, no, I don't. You know, it's the same price if we spool it for you than, you know, if you buy it off the shelf. Yep. So, nope. Okay, boss. Bye-bye. All right. So, okay. So when I set my drag for that, it's always determined by the amount of current, wind, and everything else. I mean, if there's no current, no wind, man, you can set that thing light and the line doesn't click off. But if I'm sitting there and I hear it click, 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 then I tighten it up just a little bit more. I keep it at the lowest setting possible, so that way when the fish picks it up, he doesn't feel the line going off the reel. And that helps with the amount of hookups that you will get. So that's why I do it in that sense. But if you are hearing any kind of clicks, then you've got to add, increase the drag on it. Now, here's the other thing too. If you're at your lowest setting, it's still too tight that they can easily peel off line, then your drag is way overset. Now, here's the other thing too. If you're almost up to strike and it's still clicking off, then your preset is way under set. So. What is up with that? Based on condition, yes, sir. What's up, Leo? How you doing, boss? So how's the weather out been y'all's way? I know we had a big storm roll around us. It's crazy because it came to right up to Corpus, like on the point of it, curved down and came through, and we had sprinkles on my side of the city, but nowhere else. So. see. Yeah, so if weather permits, what are y'all planning to do this weekend? I know we still got some crazy weather coming in, uh, which is good. We're finally getting the rain that a lot of areas much needed and stuff like that. So, uh, yeah, it's always going to be down to personal preference, guys. Whether you use solid or hollow core, and the reason why I use hollow core over solid is primary example like that backlash. If it would have been solid braid, 9 times out of 10, you will not get that out of there. It's just too bad. It locks itself in, and because the braided line is so abrasive, it makes it real hard for you to get it undone. Um, and I've done it multiple times where I'm backlash broke off, horrible break off, and I'm able to get that backlash undone, so I can continue fishing. And I'm talking within a matter of, I've done it plenty of times live on the channel of how quickly the backlash happened and I got it undone and was able to continue fishing. That is why I choose to use the hollow core braid over the solid braid. And also too, because line capacity, abrasion resistance, maintaining line capacity on the reels after like this one, primary example, he broke off. Now he only needed 88 yards of line to get his line filled back up to have that top shot on there. And now he knows what colors he has at those lengths, so that now when he's casting out, he can target the fish better. He can also improve his cast or know that if he's doing good or doing bad, he can know all this. And all that happens because there's no knots in the line for any debris to catch on, because when we added line to it, it was a hollow core splice, and because it was a hollow core splice, there's no knots, which is great. All right, Leo, you have a good one, boss. Good luck at school. Yep. Yeah, Dusty, it's the same way here. We've got two types that like the thicker line for more abrasion resistance. They're not too concerned with line capacity. And you got others that like line capacity and also like the color stay as well. So um, don't get me wrong, the tight line braid it breaks over its uh, rated weight class. We've tested it multiple times. It's been sent to the IGFA several times, and every time it always comes back breaking above what it's labeled for. So, yeah. Yeah, and even guys ask me, like, well, what do you think about monofilament? Like, no. That's one of the questions, just no. The only time I use mono, and literally the only time, is when I'm offshore fishing and I'm trolling. Or, trolling is the only time I like to use mono for offshore fishing. If I'm still dropping down and stuff like that, you saw where I was using those reels on that last fishing boat, and I was going straight braid, straight down to my leader, and I was catching all those fish, and I even caught that shark, no problem. Let's see. I am getting ready for lunch. Now, what to get for lunch is the other thing. That's the question. And there's 22 of y'all on here and no questions. Come on, man. Abbott, T-Rex 80 or Akuma 80. Well, the The 80 T-Rex I have fished with for the better part of 10 years plus. I love that reel because I can depend on it no matter what. It is very, very rare that I've had any kind of issues with my 80. Now with the Akumas, we have seen where the ramp on the drag, it's either all or nothing. Like you don't have the slight variation where you can bump it up just a little bit. It's a super fast ramp. It's either all or nothing. You know what I mean? And because of that, I don't like the reel. Now they're super smooth, great drag, or strong drag, should I say, not great. Because if it was great, then it would have that issues of having all or nothing. But I've seen where their drags peter out really fast. We have a lot of them being sent in or getting worked on for that reason. And me personally, the reason why I go with Avid is because at the end of the day, if I need something done or whatever, I can get with them really quick, get it resolved, and keep going from there. The other companies, you have to go through the distributors, and then you have to prove everything, and it's kind of like a ball and chain kind of deal. So. I'd rather have a company rate for what it actually is, opposed to underrating it. Yeah, no, same deal, guys. Like I do know that with those drills, they're very, very smooth, like really quiet. And a lot of people prefer that. Me personally, I like to know that I'm actually doing something. I'm cranking. I can feel it. I know something is happening other than seeing it. And for me, it's I don't know if it has to do with some kind of like body, like the guys that love ASMR, the clicks and audio and stuff like that. For me, when I'm reeling, I gotta have those things. Now other guys, they don't like them, and that's why they go with Akuma. The Akumas are super quiet in that sense. But also too, I've seen where I get more line capacity on the Avids in comparison to the Akumas. So that's something else to look at if you're looking at drag on that. What else? Yeah, line capacity, hands down, I'd go with the Avid. What's up, Dylan? I am taping up our stainless steel surf weights. We sell them to tackle shops. They start out like that with the wires free floating there. And so what I'm doing is I'm taping them together. So that way when we go to deliver them to the tackle shops, they sit in their boxes better. They hang better. They also, you can store a lot more in a smaller area. So do you have 80 right now? You mean for sale or that I use? And no, I don't. I'm out of 80s right now. I do have an order coming in, but I did get notified that the 80 T-Rex that we were requesting is not on that order. It's on back order. So I'm gonna have to call them and figure out what's going on with that or when they're coming in. So. We also do pyramid sinkers here as well. We got a lot of those. So. What's up, boss?
I was just dropping this off for you to transfer the line to that gold probe gear and top the probe gear off with this 700 pound.
Okay, so you're gonna have to write that down, please. Here you go.
I think you still have some of that same green 100 pounds, something like that color.
Yeah, the pins are right there. Billy in the house.
Hey, since you have the live up, I figured I can tell them at the same time I tell you, Captain's Diner on the island is opening tomorrow. My buddy owns a place. It's going to be fresh, never frozen seafood, and some Greek food, and then American classics, like chicken fried steaks and other steaks and hamburgers and stuff like that.
So are you going over there to go eat tomorrow?
I plan on.
What time?
Lunchtime around 11:30, 12 o'clock, I reckon. I'm gonna try to get out there.
Well, give me a call if I can break away. I'll join you. Yeah. Definitely all about showing support for businesses, especially when they're opening up during this time, man. That's
He's
That's
a
brave.
good friend of mine. He's related to the same family that runs Nico's Steakhouse and Baxter and all those other places.
okay. We just went to Astor the other day for my son's graduation meal. He wanted steak, so we ended up getting the 20-ounce ribeye, I think is what it was. But yeah. And all these weights have already been weighed, so that's why they're in the different groups. And so what I'm doing now is I'm marking what weight it is on here with a marker, just so that way when customers pick them up, they know which weight size it is. So again, I'm looking down at where I'm drawing. All right, put it over there with the reels. Yes. And if y'all are new to the channel, guys, we do spooling of reels here, and we're pretty good. Pretty good. So we also have guys that ship us their reels, and we spool them up. Normally, we like to go live on the channel when we are doing our reel spooling, so that way, if they aren't able to come into the shop to have us do it by being able to see it online, they can actually see what they are getting, and I think that's a huge bonus.
They have a plate there at the diner. I was looking at their menu. I think you'd like.
Man, dude, I am so starving right now, boss. You're just talking about
Don't
more
tell you
food.
what it is.
Yeah, don't tell me what it is.
Okay, I won't tell you what it is, but just if you would like it.
I know, but I'm starving right now. I keep bringing up about food, and it's just.
I'll just let you know it's $25, and it's a lot of seafood. That's all you gotta know.
And I'm game for that kind of deal. Seafood, yes.
Getting all the seafood from Paul Seafood House, and he'll have mahi-mahi and some other common fish out here, and then he'll have a catch of the day that's going to be fresh off the boat every day, something different.
Nice.
As far as the seafood selection goes. So.
There you go. Sounds
I
good.
told him out there on the island, it has to be fresh seafood. You can't get frozen.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that was the plan anyway. I said, good. I was like, you can't do frozen seafood on that island. You'll
Right. Okay, there you go. Sorry, guys. The deal fell off, and you know what? I need to change out the base on it. Put on real quick because it's sitting on this little thing and it keeps teeter-tottering. So I'm gonna put a mini tripod on it. I'm actually cleaning up my counter. Like that was like this morning. It was way up to here, so now it's there.
I can't.
There was way up there, and it's down low now. So
Just don't show this side. And don't show up here either.
Right.
It'll be good as long as you don't show those places.
Right.
They'll think it's clean here.
You think?
Well, that, and as long as I don't look at the background too closely.
Well, that shows the amount of work that I've been doing. That's for sure. So
Yeah. I have said here, you know, I'm mainly a build your own leader type of guy, but I do like your leaders quite a bit. They're the only ones that are close to the ones I build.
So when's that trip with the girls that you had?
Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
Yes.
Sunday,
So-
Sunday.
I plan on, once I'm done with the bar here Sunday, I'll bring it back Monday or at least try to.
That's fine.
I know you're not a big spinning guy, so even if I don't immediately bring it back Monday, you know, that's how busy you've been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I get anything that I know you'll like a shark made out there by some miracle, I'll bring some over.
Yeah, if you get any Jack Crevalles, mainly, that's the main one. And they are in the surf. I know I've seen multiple pictures of guys catching jacks and stuff like that. So, you know, they don't always just hit on lures; they'll hit on bottom bait and stuff like that.
Well, I have a couple big spoons like this, and I have a reel I can throw them on. So I'll throw a big spoon like that out in the surf. I don't have many of those big spoons; they're so expensive. But
Yeah. Weren't you talking about having an expensive bass spoon or something like that?
no, I have expensive topwater baits for inshore fishing. They're like $60, $70 a piece. I got them for free, but
Oh,
that is what they cost. My neighbor makes them.
oh, okay. Wow, man.
Who did I tell I was going to send some to for them to try? Oh, yeah, a friend of mine in Houston. I told him I'd send him a couple of my spare ones for him to try out, see if he liked them.
There you go.
Handmade out of wood, you really can't get any better than that. I mean, they're top-notch lures. Nothing but good things to say about it.
Awesome, awesome. MB's saying that Jack has not been hitting lures this year, or where he's been fishing at. So well, I've seen both. I've seen where they hit baits on bottom. I've seen where they hit live bait on top. I've seen where they hit dead bait. I've seen where they eat fish bites.
Yeah, actually not. You know, what's weird is most of every Jack Crevalle I've ever caught has been with a live shrimp underneath the cork.
Wow.
Like inshore fishing with tiny reels.
Okay, like
Every one
inshore,
I've ever
yes.
caught.
Yeah. Yep,
But
yep.
we get the same size of ones that are in the surf, we get in the land.
Oh, yeah. There's monsters in there, that's for sure.
But the redfish in the cut, too, are just unfathomably big redfish.
You thought about lunch yet? I need something. I'm freaking starving. Okay, that's fine. I'll drink water. Drink some water.
I'll probably be back either later today or tomorrow whenever you get a chance to do that reel. I just wanted to switch the line to the Pro Gear because I like the Pro Gear.
Okay, so you need that one for the fishing trip, correct?
I don't need it. I would like to have it, but
Okay.
if you get too busy, I understand. I have other reels I could use.
Yeah, because it's okay. As soon as I get through with this, I'm gonna load up, and I got to go to Causeway to go make one delivery, and then I got to come back, load up again, and go to 4-Day Outfitters, or not 4-Day, Rockport.
Hey, 40 Outfitter sells Accurates, right? I seem to remember.
I don't remember, to tell you the truth, but they buy. If they do, I'm pretty sure they buy direct from the, not from Acura, but from the distributor.
Also, let me know if you can work out a deal back here. It can either be my house, or if I'm too close still,
Mm.
my aunt and uncle live in Mathis, and that has to be further.
Yeah, text me your address, and I'll see what.
I'll text you the address, and it's easier for the mailman to get to than where I actually stay most of the time.
Okay.
Because where I actually stay is 5,000 acres of dirt road that they ain't getting to.
Wow.
So I'll text you the address. It's easier to get to. I'll text you that. I'll text you if my grandparents are living further than me. And then if either of those work, then we'll go to Mathis and see if that works.
There you go. Wow.
Either way, those 3 locations. And I have an uncle that lives in Portland too, so anything like that would work.
Damn. All right, that'll work.
As long as we don't have to ship it to Louisiana where I got family in the swamp.
Nah, I think we should be all right with that distance right there. So.
Yeah, because there's no way his exclusive zone extends all the way to Cal Allen area. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if it did.
No idea, but definitely need to see. And then also too, I'm getting ready to move a little further away too.
Even then, it still might be a little too close. So I would say just try mine first. As long as that works out, it's no big deal for me to just bring anchors over, and someone's always home.
There you go. All right, well, we'll see what's up for sure.
If there's any Monty reels that mysteriously disappear, I didn't do anything about it. I don't even speak English. They were lost in shipping. They fell off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Albert, I gotta get back to work. I'll see. I just wanted to drop that off because I was over at Butler. So,
All right, boss. I'll try and get on it.
like I said, I have till tomorrow to pick it up. So,
Cool deal. Cool deal. All right, boss. You have a good one. Be safe out there.
well, at least it's kind of cold today. So,
Yeah, because the fronts that are around us keeping it kind of cool. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, new previous. Damn. Yeah. No, I've seen where using shrimp they've gone for it as well and stuff. So yeah, that may be the ticket. Go out there and throw live shrimp instead of throwing lures. You may not have to work as hard to get to them, but also too throwing shrimp. That's Do you choose to use lighter gear when you do that, or do you still try to roll heavy gear? That way you can still lock it over and get that Jack Crevalle in. So. I'm definitely looking forward to whatever we're getting for lunch now. Probably still going to be about an hour away, though. Depending on where Jeff goes to get his chiropractic work done. So. Should I ship my 80 T-Rex to get it spooled up when I buy it? That, or you can purchase it from us and not have to pay more shipping costs. It'll be just one shipping cost from us to you. If you buy it elsewhere, you're gonna have to pay shipping to get it to us, and then from us to you. So that's another shipping cost right there, and also delayed in being able to use it and stuff like that too. So food for thought right there. Also, too, guys, if you are going to ship your reels to us, make sure you include information so we can get a hold of you to let you know, if we have any comments, questions, concerns. Also, too, uh, what you would like us to do to your reel, like how you would like us to spool it. And also, too, remember, we also deal with hollow core braid, so we can do some pretty cool things with the hollow core braid, like setting markers on there. And what I mean by that is, like, we can put a inner core braid of, say, 50 pound or 50 yards on it, so that way when you're getting mowed down, you can know, hey, I'm down to my last 50 yards, and you got to really do something at that point. So it's food for thought there. And it doesn't cost anything extra other than what we're already doing for the spooling. So, what's up, man? Live on the channel. Just chatting. Got Mr. Geary in the house, the legend. What you up to, bro? Oh, okay. Is your last day off or what? Yeah. You see all the storms rolling around us? Oh, the wind? Yep, that it does. Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's see. Wait a minute. Yeah, Jeff just came in, dropped off weights. He's going to the chiropractor real quick. So, yeah. And then I gotta, once I finish this order here, I'll be on the road to go to Causeway to go drop off the gear there, and then come back, load up the gear for Tackle Town. Billy already left, guys. Yeah. I was gonna ask him, but he did sound like he was busy, or he was on a short window. So, yeah. Oh, man. Right? You didn't get no sleep?
Yeah, I slept, and then I took another nap, hour nap, got over and smeared, went back home, took another nap.
I do have to say your haircut looks good.
Oh, actually, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shave your head.
Huh?
Shave.
Nope. Nope. I don't like sunburns.
It's all right. That's cats are for.
That's what cats are for. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Dang. All right, guys. So I'm going to be a minute, but I will talk to y'all later. I'll be going live later this afternoon. We have our fire drawing today too, as well. Don't forget that. It says upgrade. So yeah, we'll check it out, guys. Y'all have a good one and stay safe. Later.
Also,